I played around with the settings. I think I have now fixed it. I think I have finally fixed the problem here. Okay, so let's go ahead and recap the day. So I was on 3 different turfs today. The second turf was uh, a waste of an entire hour. Even though I couldn't get into a single building on that turf, and I wasted an entire hour trying every single building in the turf, I still got 30 signatures on the first petition and 25 on the second, which still exceeds the daily goal of 20 apiece. I still kicked ass. On the third turf, I was followed. I was in an immigrant community. There were a lot of Armenians who did not speak English. And I had a script in Armenian so I could show it to them. So I had this fellow who only spoke Armenian sign the petition, just the first one. This is why I had 5 more on one than the second, because in the cases where they did not speak English, I didn't have a script for the second petition. I only had a script for the first petition, so I didn't waste my time trying to explain the second one to them. This fella signed. It's illegible, so it's probably going to be thrown out. But he did sign. But then he grabbed my arm and he wanted me to stay there. He wanted to take me inside. And I said, I have to go now. And I walked out. He followed me. I was like all the way down the street. He followed me to my car. It was a little scary. I had to move over to the other side of turf. I did have some young fellas today. I mentioned to a couple of people, this is the first time I think I've done this. I mentioned to a couple of people on my route that I was a Bernie Victory Captain and that Unite Here organized Bernie's town hall with Disneyland employees in 2018. And the feedback I got from the younger people on my list is you should lead with that. That's important now. So the younger people on the route were very excited to hear that Unite Here did that organizing effort for Disneyland employees. I've also gotten around the are you a paid petitioner? Are you paid to do this? And I've got a story for that now too. I've like figured out, because I had one woman basically slam, are you paid to do this? And I said, well, yes, I am. And she slammed the door in my face. So what I explain to them now when they ask me, are you paid? I say, yes, union members vote on what initiatives they want to move forward. And then they budget their dues to bring in field organizers like me who know how to knock on doors and get it done, because they themselves are hotel workers. And quite a few of our canvassers actually are hotel workers, but not all of them know how to walk blocks and knock on doors, because that's not their primary role. So they're not all seeking this type of activity where they would do it themselves as a way of like, because a lot of them do though. Most of the canvassers are actually part of the union, because they do it when they're on strike or when they've gotten laid off. Like I think 90% of the workforce of Unite Here has been laid off because of the pandemic. So it is a way for them to make ends meet. But not all of them really want to do it, because not everybody feels comfortable knocking on doors. So bringing in field organizers like myself makes a lot of sense, because they know that we can get the job done. We know how to do it. So that was walking blocks. I'm so glad that I finally figured out the settings so that I've got sound on these videos. Finally, the provisional progressive caucus was supposed to be meeting this week. And I didn't get an email. I didn't get an email with a Zoom link. So if you do meet this weekend, I didn't get a cancellation notice. I didn't get anything. The last email I got was on October 27th. I have not received any future communications. So if you are trimming people out of your membership base who are members in good standing and paid, then you're rigging votes again, because generally they vote on things at these caucus meetings. But if they want to pass something through, it would make a lot of sense to trim off your members who you think are not going to vote with you. If you meet this weekend, I will be filing a complaint with the CDP.